Hi, welcome to the Warhammers. Today we've got a Psyker build that just sets everything on fire around you, and this guide will teach you to maximise the effects of Soulblaze to burn your enemies while helping your team. All the footage seen is from Auric Maelstrom missions, and I hope you enjoy the video. So in terms of talents that we're going to want, firstly we're going to want Perilous Combustion. You can kind of see that we're working down the left hand side of the skill tree here, which is pretty much what the original Psyker build was when the game came out. We want Brain Rupture here, and this is just so we can deal with sort of specials at range, because we're going to be quite lacking in that with the Flamethrower Staff. We're then going to want Wildfire. Now this is really useful in spreading more Soulblaze, which is what this build is all about. Go for Kinetic Presence. You can change that to Serious Presence if you want, but I always prefer the extra damage. I mean, to be fair, the cooldown reduction, we've already got a shed load of that already, so really it's not going to make too much difference. Then we're going to want Venting Shriek, specifically with the Creeping Flames modifier. Now this is so we can apply even more Soulblaze to our current targets. Then we're going to go down the Warp Siphon build with the Soulblaze and the 10% chance to grab a Warp Charge, then get Warp Battery. Now the reason this is really handy is because it links in really well with Venting Shriek. What will happen is that we will continuously get our ability back very quickly. You know, we're talking every 15-20 seconds with 6 stacks of soul charges. It is absolutely fantastic, and I'd really recommend giving it a go. It's really fun just to watch a whole screen of enemies just light up in fire. Anyways, let's have a look at our loadout. I prefer the Mark V just because the moveset's easier to work with, and its attack speed is fast. Now the reason this, we're really going to be wanting the blessing of Blazing Spirit, which essentially means every time we get a critical hit, the enemy is going to gain 4 stacks of Soulblaze. Doubling that up with Shred, which means the more times I hit an enemy, the higher critical chance I have. So eventually something's going to catch fire when I'm hitting it. And if you can get a perk with the 5% extra critical hit chance, just because we can really tie into that critical hit and send fire to things. Then for our ranged, we're going to be using the Purgatus Force staff. Now I don't have the best blessings on this, but it's a high level staff and it's got alright perks and blessings. One really important point to note about this staff is that it has a stagger ability on its basic primary attack. Just a little wave in the fire is really useful. I'm running extra health with some extra toughness regen speed, and then lastly just an additional wound. What I wanted to show you first is actually really interesting. It's just the basic normal attack. It staggers rages, and then this can be done consistently and tying up with a shriek when you get to high peril. Works on most enemies actually. Mutants aren't affected by it. They're not the best when it comes to melee. As I said, you can just see you hitting things. The Soulblaze is just additional extra damage. While single target isn't that good for this build, the point it really shows off is when we start hitting things and clusters of enemies. Now it's good to show on these specials here. As you can see, while it doesn't apply the most damage, as you're going around killing things in a group, and every time you should get a critical hit and then get a kill, it spreads. And if you can get 2 in a row, it does quite well. And it just really whittles down every other enemy. It's really useful when dealing with hordes. If I can proper critical when hitting. There we go. And that will spread, and when it starts to spread and then you start killing, it starts to generate more. I appreciate basic horde level enemies aren't the hardest to kill. But lastly for this build, all we're going to want is Brain Burst, and that is really so we can deal with gunners at range. Just so we can hide behind a wall while we pop their heads, because I'm sure you can tell I can't reach them from here. This is going to be an interesting mission, as I can see it's Carnival. Now, if this is the Carnival map with the giant holdout at the end, which is going to require some range, we're in a bit of trouble. As I said, this isn't the best build that will work in every scenario, but it is a fun one, and especially if you kind of roleplay that Psyker who is, setting fire to everything, it's a really good one to do. Also, it reminds me of the original Darktide when it came out, when really each class had its own build. And that was it, you only had one. So I'm really looking forward to showing you more builds in Darktide, and I really hope that you enjoyed this video. As you can tell, the audio quality of my mic is significantly better now, as I've managed to upgrade and it no longer is a cheap Bluetooth mic. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Although I have a feeling I'm going to get left behind. So, I was going to say this would have been a perfect point for me to be able to get through. Hopefully I can show you that stagger on it. But it's useful at staggering basic enemies. Just remember to switch back to your melee weapon. Ooh.
That is the terminal, Rockets. You know what to do. This seems an obvious way of achieving the objective.
Right. As you can see, when we get to these horde moments, we really want to be setting fire to things. Okay, we got that box spot. Now, Brain Burst is really useful for being able to snipe the specials out of that as well. You utilise the melee attack to close down the specials when you can. Something is really on there. Oh dear. It's been a bit of a weird one actually coming back to this game after a while and playing a completely different class. I got used to Smite Psyker so much. The only issue about this class is you will struggle dealing with. Right, where's that place? Oh. No, that's the last time I needed a penance to pop up on my screen. Too busy getting distracted reading all the penances popping up again on scabs. And this is the point where the spreading the soul flame is really useful. That is a psycho. It's just a shame the suppression doesn't work as much as I wish it did. Retrieved it. One box. No. There he is. Utilise Brain Burst to snipe the specials.
Proceed through these streets. Your objective is marked.
Stick with your team when you're doing these missions.
Such is the price of serving.
Oh, we'll nab that. Okay, spent down a minute. Start catching up with the team. I'm going to get left behind otherwise. But it's actually surprising. This applies a fair amount of soul plays to enemies. I just get stuck in. Oh, all the enemies are climbing back over. So make sure, I appreciate when we start getting the specials. Oh, nice box burst. I was wondering what that was. Didn't recognise the silhouette. But really, as you can see, this build's all about just being able to supply that ad clear to the team. But also utilising your brain burst to snipe those specials when it's needed. And it's really important to know when to switch between. And that's really most of the builds in Darktide. That is a demon host. I don't know anywhere near that. Come on, Molotov, move up. Oh, and you can see this is where the knockback comes in quite handy. It's utilise the basic primary attack to knock back enemies. Really good stagger. If you do get the chance, charge it up 100%, but sometimes that doesn't knock the enemies back the same as that. And I got mine coming. Ow! Thought I was going to get that. So, there we go. That's frustrating. Oh, I shouldn't have crouched in this corner. I should not have crouched in this corner. There's a sniper over there. I do miss my Smite Psyker build. Let's get out of that. There he is. Alright, crisis averted. Should have gone better, shouldn't have gone down. But Val. Oh, it was one of those skulls in there. I don't actually know how to do that challenge, but I really recommend. They're always fun to get, and they get you some extra plus steel. I'll tell you what, that veteran is really getting the enemies good. I do remember using the bolter for the first time in a veteran, and it was good. But as you can see, this build, it does struggle when it comes to range points, so you do have to then start utilising your brain burst a little bit. And the issue is, I always find with brain burst is someone's always going to kill the enemy you're targeting. It's really useful you start applying that Soulblaze nice and early, but it's all, you know, it's all random with critical hits. Ooh.
Good violence. Very good. Proceed
There's so many enemies I can snipe. Remember to close down the distance with a primary fire. Oh, yeah. Dog. I've had an unfortunate case of dodging as we're playing. So when we get rages like this, just normal primary fire, it will stun them. Should do. It's just a shame that primary doesn't have any knockback. secondary, sorry.
Did you hear the ship mistress? They can fly.
Get on. Oh. Interesting. Ah, right, that'd be why. I was thinking, what the hell's going on there? Another demon host. Brilliant. Oh. This is kind of interesting. Oh, there we go. Oh! What ogren. Nice. Again, this build does struggle with like monstrosity killing. It doesn't have a particularly high kind of DPS point, but it's fantastic at horde killing. Oh. But as you can see, I'm getting my ability back nice and fast. Oh, need that left bit. Isn't it?
Are you tired? Embrace the Omnifire's purpose. Let it fly.
Oh. God, this is so good. So a lot of people tend to panic and charge up the staff, but in reality, a lot of the time, even just spraying it like this will apply stagger. Good. Oh, well, it seems I am separated from my team. Oh, God. Just keep on spawning. So again, notice how I said high stagger. Won't stagger everything. Nice. Beautiful little run there. Just like that.
Dead.
That's a lot of dogs coming.
So many soldiers.
That's a lot of hands. Right. Got more dogs. Oh, there's pastille. I need it. But no, this build on this difficulty, I mean, it works. You do have to play around with it, and obviously if you, the more support builds you have working around to shield you from range, the better. Oh, thought my fainting shriek had knocked him back. Oh, not going well. I guess when it rains it pours. Okay. So moving swiftly up, as I said, you just want to be pushing using this attack. And then venting shriek as and when you need to close that distance. Dump. Where was that sniper? Oh, that's a lot of gunners.
Scream, it sounds nice.
Well, am I glad I have a horde clearing method now.
Did you ever doubt my skill?
And that will cover my behind. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is a blessing you can get on this staff that negates the movement speed penalty provided when you're charging, which... Oh. Oh. Sorry. Ow. Whoa. Fire got me. Uh-oh.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah, my revenge.
Isn't here anymore.
Oh, some sniping skills. I need a medico. Desperately.
Achieved. Employ access ciphers to gain entry. Once you have verified the presence of the stims, trigger the roof access to enable extraction.
Gonna be interested to see how this is going to work. Hopefully I don't die. That's the main thing. Just need to survive until the metagame station. Come on.
I don't think it's there now.
Something shooting us right there. That would have been an unfortunate snipe if it hit me. Alright, where is the medico station? I don't particularly want to waste my syringe yet. Here it is.
You have found the stims.
All specs reading show enemies converging on your location.
Yes, roof controls varlets with alacrity.
Launch clearance has been granted.
It's going to be a fun one. They're climbing over every bit of this mission. Oh, that's good. Well, there, well, he's getting tops. Where is that down there? Oh, just gonna vent and shriek there, get back to the team. Start wading in. Ah, the healing has been used up. I managed to get to it. Yeah, this is where the sword really comes in useful, if you can just sort of fight enemies, I suppose. Oh, that shield needs to get up. Save that syringe for if things go really bad. Like now would have been a good time. Alright, thank you. Okay. Let's get this sorted out. Space. Oh. I absolutely hate this one that way. Alright, where's that sniper? Okay, it's gone. Oh, no. I kind of caught in front of all these gunners as well. Oh dear. Right, the roof's nearly open at least.
For extraction. No delay.
There we go. It's good work from the team. Really good work from the team, though. Sorry if I've been talking, but focusing. I absolutely hate this finale. I just despise it. I absolutely hate it. Try and get some of this horde clear down. Oh, it's a bit of healing. Literally like 2 hits from dying though. Gotta survive. Survive this last bit. Oh. There is that trap up. Let's get out of here. Good job, team. Brilliant job. I appreciate the end there. I haven't done too much talking because I was too busy focusing. Well, I hope you've seen that this build can be used in Auric Damnation. As I said, it's got its pitfalls in terms of when it comes to, actually being able to deal with gunners or anything at specific ranges, but it's a fun little ad clearing horde. I appreciate that was probably the worst finale I could have got for the mission. Anything which is more close quarters or kind of wave based, kind of, I guess, the original Darktide missions, the build's a lot more effective, but it still works. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's more 40k content on here, and I don't only just play Darktide, there's painting tutorials as well as some other 40k video games on the way. If you enjoyed the build, let me know in the comments down below if there's anything you want to see me run. Specifically when it comes to talents, builds, weapons, blessings, let me know and I'll see if I can get a video out for it. Have a good day and happy hobbying.